Welcome back.
Whoa!
Okay, well, you weren't saying anything, so I thought I would do something.
Right.
But yeah, hello, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back to Screen Seekers. I'm Jake, that's Alex.
He's lost his touch, hasn't he?
You know, this is Screen Seekers, our podcast where we talk about whatever we want to, really.
Yeah,
sometimes film,
films,
TV,
life,
games, life. And today, we are recording our first podcast since you've come back from your second trip to Japan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna dive into all that. But if you weren't already aware, yeah, this is Screen Seekers, our podcast that drops whenever we feel like it, and usually, we like to have fun here, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I think it's all moderated amount of fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have my mic because we have to use the camera. Bit of fourth wall break-in.
You should really tell them that because, they're gonna think this is really amateur. I mean, it is. Right?
Well,
it is.
It's not really professional, is it?
No, not at all. Anyhow, so you, just a little recap, you went to Japan earlier this year, right? When was it, January?
Yeah, January.
Yeah. You went for a week, was it?
10
days. And then you decided, I like this place. I'm going to go back.
Yeah, I loved it. So I was like, I'll go back for 2 weeks this time. Wow. But I'll break it up, I'll break up the holiday by going to another part of Japan.
Yeah.
And I did. And it was great because I think that breaking up because like last time I felt in Tokyo, like 10 days was a bit, it's not too much, but like I didn't really plan it out. So I was like sort of ended up doing the same sort of things, but I planned it out more this time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like 4 days in Tokyo and then 5 days in Osaka, going by the bullet train, and doing that, it like rejuvenated the whole thing. I was like, yeah, this feels good.
Bullet train, is it as fast as they say it is?
Yeah, it's bloody fast. Is it because Japan is huge. I don't know how many times bigger than like the UK it is. It's probably got to be like 4 or 5 times bigger than the UK, if not more. And it took like 2.5 hours. It sounds a long time to get from Tokyo to Osaka,
right?
But
on the bullet train,
it didn't feel like it. Yeah, on the bullet train, it didn't feel like it. It went really, really quick. Because by the time I was like, we're at the first stop, I was like, geez, this last like half an hour gone already or whatever. That was really quick. One thing I did note on the bullet train, I saw Mount Fuji kind of. I was on the wrong side to see it.
Oh no! In the train?
Yeah, on the train. But I did take a photo, like, cause I'm, filmmaker extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
We'll go with it.
Jake will rank my picture. No, he won't, because he hasn't seen it. But, he'll be like, what the hell is that? But on the way back, unfortunately, I was on the right side, I think. And I was on the aisle, so I could have got out and like gone to a proper window and seen it. But the weather was awful that day, and you couldn't see it.
Just couldn't see anything anyway. That's a pain in the bum.
And I didn't end up going to Mount Fuji because it's like takes like 3 hours to get there, like on train or because it's quite far from Tokyo.
Right.
So I was like, do I really want to go there? Did
you plan to go there?
I did at the first, but I was just like, when I got back to Tokyo, I was like, do I want to spend 3 hours on like a coach? And then like because I wasn't going to climb it or anything. Because I think the best thing to do for Mount Fuji, I think you have to go there and stay there for like the night,
Right, and then get up in the morning, is it?
Well, yeah, just go there for the day,
right? And
you have somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I could not believe. This is also like good tip. I don't know why I was thinking it. Maybe people are like not idiotic like me, but the first trip I was like, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a day trip to Osaka. But there's no way I would have liked that. Well, I would have liked it, but it takes like 2.5 hours to get there, and then you're there. Like, what do you see? Like no, because the thing with Japan is it takes a long time to get places, like on the trains, even like the metros.
Yep.
And so like a day is nothing there. You know, it goes like that.
A lot of traveling, and
then there'll be a 3-hour bullet train back to Tokyo. So it would have been a night, like it would have been not very good.
How expensive are the trains compared to over here?
The metro's cheap. It's usually around probably on average 250 yen, which is probably about like a quid.
Okay,
quid 50,
couple of quid,
maybe,
yeah.
something like that. So it's not bad.
But the bullet train is when it goes.
But the bullet train is it's like it was like 60 quid, I think. It's not too bad. With a rail card in our country, that would have been 40 quid.
And you probably get to like, I don't know, Manchester.
Oh god, yeah. So Manchester, that would be like 100 quid, even with a rail card.
And you know, no offense, whoever lives there. I mean, what are you gonna see there? Anyway,
sure. But yeah. Also, one thing I did note, like when I was getting into like Kyoto or whatever, I went through this patch of like greenery.
Right.
And I was like, because it was like really mountainous and like really, oh my god, that's like a massive forest. I wonder what that is. And I was just like zooming out. I was like, because there's lots of national parks in Japan.
Make sure they all breathe.
When I just looked at the map, I was like, it's like 95% looks 95% like green, like woodland. And I'm like, except for like the big cities like Osaka and Tokyo, I was like, is that just like a thing? Like Japan is just a massive jungle, and like
maybe
you don't, because I think like I was talking to my brother, and he said the same thing. Like he was like, oh yeah, I think it's like 95%.
Damn. Like rural, is it?
Rural.
That's
yeah.
Cool.
And but yeah, I was like, oh my god, because it was just thick forest. I was like, surely it's not all like that.
Would you ever want to go like further out, like rural, or would you rather just stick in the cities? I don't know,
because the thing is, I there was a stop called Nagoya, the one across from Osaka, and I was kind of like, thank God I'm not going here, because it looked dreadful. No offense to Nagoya, but it looked a dump, and I was like, what would people do here? And just it didn't look good.
Different flavour of Japan, isn't it? Really, I don't know. See it all.
Maybe like that was just Nagoya, like
maybe it's to put people, maybe it's to put tourists off.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to stop tourism because they just do. I don't know why. Because sure it's good for them, but because of the like shortages of rice and stuff, and like just they're struggling with the overpopulation and stuff. I'll need a visa if I want to go, maybe in 2028. From 2028.
If you want to go away for 2 weeks.
If you want to go on just to Japan.
Oh shit! Okay.
You need a visa.
Damn.
Well, will do maybe if it goes through. But yeah, they want to stop over tourism.
So you went to Universal theme park,
to Osaka,
right?
And USJ, Universal Studios in Osaka. I got up at like 6:30 to get there for about 8. I wanted to get there as soon as possible, and I went to the metro. I don't know if it was a weird coincidence or not, but like the only people there were there, and they were like, "Oh, are you going to Universal Studios as well?" It was like 3 people.
Well, like tourists.
Like 3 pairs of people. Me being one pair, even though I'm a single. Yeah, tourists.
Me being one pair, even though I wasn't a pair.
But they were like, and I was like, I had my app. I was like, yeah, you have to take this station, change this train.
You're like telling them where to go.
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
was. I was
You're like, hey,
"Yes, do it."
I don't actually want you to go there because like you'll just get the queue bigger. So
Oh, yeah.
go over here.
Well,
go
that's
way.
one less person trying to get into Nintendo's Super Mario World. But yeah, I did that. To be fair, I saw the I was like on the train with them to get there, but I saw them in the queue there, just get into there,
Yeah.
and then I just randomly, when I went to Harry Potter World during the day, I saw them there as well.
Damn.
So what are the
Stalking
chances of
them.
that? I mean, so many people about.
So Universal has Super Mario World, Harry Potter, whatever it is, Hogwarts, amazing
yeah.
Hogwarts, whatever.
Jurassic Park.
The
Jaws. They had Minions.
Right.
They had like a Hollywood section.
Right.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think
is
that's
Mario
it.
the biggest one? That's the most recent one, right?
I'm not sure if it's the most recent, but I mean, it's the biggest in terms of most popular, I guess.
Oh god, yeah, of course, yeah.
They should have a Pokemon one. Why don't they have a Pokemon one? Come on, USJ. That's my idea.
So is it? Yeah. So I assume it's like a mixture of like just walking through these environments, going on rides, gift shops, that sort of shit.
Yeah. Just lining up and.
And you went to each of them?
Yeah. Except for the Minions one, I didn't really.
Right. I want your ranking right now, best to worst. Actually, no, worst to best. So worst to best. Yeah.
Worst to best.
So your number.
I don't even know what the best is. I don't even know best to worst.
Oh dear. It's not working.
Because if I did, I would know worst to best.
That's true. What was that one that stood out then? That you thought, yeah, cool.
I mean, in terms of rides or in terms of
whole experience, right?
I mean, in terms of like the experience, like obviously, like the Super Mario World, they put a ton of effort into that.
They charge a ton of money for it as well.
It's to be fair, it's not that bad. It's 60 quid to go.
Oh, okay. I guess they're relying on numbers, right?
I literally thought it was because I'd never been to like a Universal Studios before. I assumed it was going to be like 120 quid.
Yeah,
or something,
that would. You always assume the worst, right?
I'd be like, but yeah, it was like only 60 quid. And obviously you didn't have to pay for anything else other than like food or drinks if you wanted them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mario World. I went on the Mario Karts by accident because I went to Bowser's Castle thinking it was a
Cube
haunted castle.
Oh, that's right.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Because my roller coaster tycoon brain.
Right. Because obviously Bowser's Castle is not actually traditionally haunted, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a great idea to do Bowser's Castle as a haunted house, I guess.
Yeah.
And walk through it.
Yeah.
And we were walking.
I can see that.
And then, because the line was so long, and I walked for like 40 minutes / queued. And then they gave me the hat for the Mario thing, the VR glasses, and I got into the cart. I was like shooting
so you're
shells.
You're in a physical like cart, are you?
Yeah.
But you've just got these goggle things on.
And I lost, I think, maybe third. I can't remember. I got over 100 coins. I don't think you can fail. I don't think they allow you to fail.
That would suck.
But yeah, I did that. I wanted to try to get onto the Yoshi ride first, and that's how I got into the Bowser's Castle because I was like, accidents. But then I went onto the Yoshi ride.
What sort of ride was that?
No, it was just like a circular car with like the egg. Like Yoshi's egg, but it's like you're sat in the broken bit, I guess.
Right. Okay.
And it just like goes around like, it's just like parts of the Mario World, so you can like take videos. And stuff.
Okay, like a sort of train.
Like a train ride, yeah, like a choo-choo, but it wasn't a train.
No, it was an egg. it was a
singular,
moving egg.
Singular moving. Oh yeah, moving. Talking about moving, which I didn't expect. They might be the same in just Universal Studios, maybe theme parks, but the cars are just continuously moving. They don't stop. So it's on a conveyor belt.
Oh, you have to.
You have to like get in.
Jesus,
and
that can't be safe.
Yeah, I know. Not. Like, what if you're like disabled, or what if you're like
can't go?
What if it's like I tripped
Dead.
and then it's or mess up.
That's an added element of risk that I don't know if it's needed.
No
really.
wonder everyone has anxiety these days.
How is there like a massive queue if everyone's just jumping it? Oh, damn.
I know, right? Jeez.
Queues.
Lost my train of thought. Oh no.
You're on about the Yoshi. You were going to do
the Yoshi ride,
one,
and
right?
then I went on to. It was either after or before that. I went on the Donkey Kong because there was it's Mario Land, and then you go through like a tunnel to Donkey Kong Country, and there was like a minecart ride there, and the wait time was like 140 minutes. Well, that's what it said, and I was
You
like,
could watch the Mario movie.
I was kind of like, well, I was thinking like you could watch like Mission Impossible, like during that time, or like something like that.
Probably more possible than goddamn getting on the rides.
Yeah, it's the rides are like a minute, if not shorter
Yikes.
than that. But yeah, I lined up that because I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, by the time it's like 2:00, I've done this. But yeah, it was only like an hour and a half, thankfully.
Only.
Time saving. But yeah, it was the first ride I'd gone on, which was sort of like a roller coaster, sort of as it was like obviously a minecart, and you'd go quite fast down some like.
Right. Cool, yeah.
Down some.
Grabbing those bananas.
Down some
Mine
track.
Mine shafts.
I was just along the track,
go
just going
underground?
down
Did you go
on
underground,
down
or was
slopes, shoom,
Cool,
and then
right.
up, and then I went to. I'd had enough of Mario Land. Then I was like, been waiting 3 hours to go on 2 rides.
That's pretty rough.
And one of them I didn't know I was waiting, and then two.
That's how bad the queues were. I didn't even know he was waiting.
And then I went to Jurassic World. I went to just see it, I think, because there were dinosaurs there. There were like
costumes, right? Like people walking around with costumes.
They say costumes. I say dinosaurs. They looked like well, yeah. They could have been like animatronics. I don't know.
I was going to say dinosaurs aren't real, but I mean they were.
Clearly are.
They were. Right.
Yeah, I think I might have got intimidated by the huge flying roller coaster. It was quite intense. It looked quite intense. I did want to go on that in the end, so I queued up in the queue underneath it, and it turned out to be the wrong ride. It was the water ride I was queuing up for.
That's how long the queues are. You don't even
But
know,
it was like, it was fun. It was good. Luckily, I had my coat because some people had like they gave you like
ponchos.
Overcoats. Yeah, ponchos to go on, which I didn't take. Like it didn't look like anyone took them, but I luckily had my coat on me in my bag because I'm prepared like that. And then I went on that. Did get soaked a bit. I think my trousers got soaked the most.
It's because you wet yourself. Be honest.
I know, right? Oh yeah, that's the Jurassic Park ride. Yeah. I don't know why I said that, but
no.
But it was really cool, like dinosaurs around, and then like the ending was like you do go up, it like just this like ramp basically.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
like chugging along, and then you're like, and then
Was
like
that
into
was Mario, wasn't it again?
there's a
You're
water,
into Mario.
and you go, and it goes over you.
Wow.
That's the essence of a water.
Are you like the guys that like wait around?
It's like
they go, "What's this ride like?" Where you go, "Dum dum 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 dum."
It's like an audio book.
Yeah. For those that can't see.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Then I went on the Jaws ride, which was another water ride. It wasn't
no shit.
But yeah,
Okay,
but wow.
What did you? Space?
Could have gone to beaches. Could have been a land ride. Like
That would be top 5 most disappointing thing I've ever done.
in the police car. Yes.
A police
Wait,
car?
is he a policeman? He's not a policeman.
No, he's like
a fisher, isn't he?
Well, there's a fisherman and there's probably lifeguards there.
Yeah, but
right?
who's Roy Schneider? Is he He's not a lifeguard.
No, he's not. He's just a guy.
No, he's the sheriff. He's the sheriff.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the policeman. He's him. Look, yeah, he's the sheriff of the town.
Right. Okay.
That's why he has the town meeting.
So when they said, "Look, we got this idea for a Jaws ride," you're like, Police car.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, what? I'm sorry, yeah, police car.
But no, it was cool. They had the shark. That like things blew up. I was kind of like, because they you go past this fire like. I was like kind of thinking, what if that went wrong?
What, Final Destination?
It was quite close.
Right.
I was like, what if that?
You were
did
sat there
go
like
wrong?
analysing.
I mean, at least you would be by the water so you could jump in.
Yeah. Unless
But
the
there would be a
water was
shark. I'm scared of sharks,
Yeah,
so
I
I
was
don't
gonna
want
say
to
shark would
jump
get
into
you.
the shark. So I was like, ah!
They
Trapped
use
in there.
real sharks. That's how extreme this ride is.
You never know.
Just like they use real mushrooms in Maryland. What?
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and you Harry Potter?
Harry Potter World. They you went to like a forest kind of thing, like snowy forest, I think. To get there, there was the Hogwarts Express, as you like greeting you with like a conductor.
Are they? This is maybe a really stupid question. Are they all like English speaking? The ride.
Hmm?
Do they have like narrators on it and shit that is like English?
They don't really have narrators as such.
Okay, so they've kept it like dialogue free because of that reason, probably.
Yeah, but like the Donkey Kong guy that I was when I was queuing up, there was like a Donkey Kong who said stuff. He was saying stuff in Japanese. It was quite funny. But yeah, I went to Harry Potter World. You got the the Hogwarts Express coming out, and then Diagon Alley. I went to some of the shops. There was like ones. There was butterbeer. I was like tempted. I was like, maybe I should try some, but then I was like, the queue's long, and it's gonna taste like crap, probably.
Won't be as good, maybe. Yeah. You could say you did it.
I was tempted to ask someone, how is it? Is it worth it? But I didn't, because why would I do that? You are recording, right?
Yeah, my computer just like locked out.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Very, very professional, Jake. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't go to sleep on me. Don't go to sleep.
Oh no, I mean we're on a virtual experience with Harry Potter audiobook.
Yeah. And then further along, there's Hogwarts Castle.
So are you walking through this? Is that what you said? Like you're walking? Is it a ride?
No. You walk through like Diagon Alley,
Right.
and then you get to the Hogwarts Castle, and then you queue up.
Is it big?
For like an hour. I don't know if you could. Yeah, it's fairly big.
I'm trying to get like a sense of scale.
But yeah, you go. You queue up in like the gardens or whatever they do the biology lessons in. And then you go into, I guess, the castle. You can't really tell. But it looks like dungeons. I assume it is. And then, yeah, the ride, you get strapped in. It goes, takes you along. And then it's like just like a massive screen in front of you. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
You like Quidditch. And then, just randomly spiders. And I'm like, oh my God, get me off this ride. Because they were like, they look like... figures, like wax figures or what? Not wax figures, but maybe wax figures.
Like animatronics.
Yeah, I guess so. And they were like coming down, And I'm like, geez, you got to warn me. I wasn't expecting spiders. Dragons are fine breathing fire at me. I don't care.
But spiders, they hit spiders, too close to home.
Yeah, too real. Are
there any spiders in Japan?
Thanfully, I didn't see any.
I think got rid of them. Yeah. Got rid of them all.
Rightly so. We should get rid of them too. They got a good thing going there in Japan.
So that was that your Universal? Is that the tour over, or is there a bit more?
I'm trying to think.
Did you actually have food there? Did you have food?
I had like a hot dog. Sausage roll.
Was it like themed?
No. It was just
so
a sausage roll.
They just parked up a Greg's in the middle.
Well,
of
yeah, but
it
was like a actual sausage.
Right. Like Toad in the Hole.
Like a Frankfurter.
Toad in the Hole.
With.
Toad in the Hole. That'd be good.
Toad in the Hole. It was Toad in the Hole without gravy.
Okay.
I guess that's what sausage roll is. Is it? Oh no, because Yorkshire pudding, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no, it's
Strange.
nothing like
Just
that.
a strange delicacy that.
Nothing to do with gravy.
Was it any good though?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wanted to go again. I was like,
just for the sausage roll.
Yeah. Oh, were you asking me?
Yes.
How good was the sausage roll? Or was that actual experience?
Actually was, yeah. But yeah, we'll go with it.
It was all right.
Right, but the experience was good.
I did it because I was hungry, as you do.
Yeah, you're trapped. Yeah, you
and it's kind of like,
where else are you gonna go?
where else am I gonna go?
So you would go again?
Yeah,
Because there's probably things you didn't obviously do because there was a queue and everything.
I wish I had a couple of more days in Osaka as well. Because I went to Spa World.
Spa World.
It was really good. It was the pool there. The pool there was awesome. It was just like a round, like a circle, and there was like water slides. You had to pay a kid to go on the water slides, but I went on one of the water slides.
Pay to go on a water slide.
I know, right? But I was on this donut.
Oh, with a rubber dinghy thing, right?
Went down.
Yeah.
Went up.
He's doing so much physical sort of arts, performing arts in front of me. It's amazing.
I know, it's very physically demanding.
But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, you went through the tubes and then up into like, not into a shark, but there's like a painted shark, like, and then you just go up. Whoa,
is this the Jaws?
Like, oh my
Jaws
god!
knockoff ride.
Oh my god! And then you go backwards into the pool, and I'm like, whoa,
that's crazy.
That was like intense. My heart was beating.
I've been on a water slide for so many years.
Yeah, me neither. But I just did it because it was fun.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
But yeah, I thought it was closed, but it wasn't. It was nice. And I wish I wish I had more time to go for like there for a whole day. Because it was just like jacuzzi.
You're quite an aquatic person, aren't you?
I like swimming. What's wrong with swimming?
I was just saying you.
And like the jacuzzi's lush, the warm water. Yeah.
Is it like when is it so hot that you get like tightness in your chest? You're like, ooh. No, just me.
No.
Cool. I've only ever been in like jacuzzi once,
and your chest got tight.
Yeah, because it was very hot. Anyway, any other?
What?
If anyone else suffers from this, not suffers. No, suffers. This is quite. It's just, yeah. Anyway, any other highlights of your trip, and then
Pokémon Café.
Pokémon Café.
I because there was a Sinistea set.
A what?
Sinistea.
Is that a Pokemon?
Is a Pokemon. And Poltegeist.
Right.
Sinistea.
Yeah.
And Poltegeist.
I'm pretty sure
the teapot.
Poltegeist is the name of the thing that Luigi has in Luigi's mansion. Or is it Poltergust? I don't know.
Probably.
You know Luigi's mansion, right? When he.
Yeah, but I don't know like if he has a teapot.
I'm pretty sure it's like
Poltergeist.
It's not a teapot. It was a vacuum cleaner. But anyway, go on. A teapot.
Teapot's better because
he sucks up ghosts.
But yeah, I was like, I want to buy one of those. I was hoping that you could, and you could, but you couldn't buy the tea cup.
But did it show the teacup with it?
Well, you could. Well, when you bought it, like in, like as a thing to drink, which I fucked up.
What do you mean?
Because you get the teacup and the teapot, but when it came, there was syrup, and I didn't, because I assumed I didn't know you poured it in yourself, and so I poured the tea without pouring the syrup in. I tasted some of the syrup because I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, that's the syrup.
I love the way your Japan adventure is like, I will lick it and see what it is.
Yeah, basically. And then wait, what?
What?
And then yeah, and then I poured some of the syrup into the tea cup.
Yeah.
Maybe too much, I don't know. And then the rest into the actual teapot. Unfortunately, the tea was absolutely disgusting. I don't know if it was because of my misunderstanding with the syrup and the tea, and I don't know, me not drinking tea.
Tea is like a big thing, right, over in Japan?
Yeah.
It's like a big deal.
Yes.
But it ain't going to be like our tea, is it? Our baby tea with milk and
but
sugar.
I was like, strawberry tea, that would be lush.
Sounds nice,
but
doesn't it?
But maybe I messed up. Probably did.
Turns out that syrup was the strawberry.
I also got like a sort of like a Coke float sort of thing, but it was like soda and it was like apple, but there was like chunks of apple in it. There was so
okay.
many chunks of apple. It was kind of gross. So I was like, I want to actually drink the drink, but I got a piece of apple.
Right.
And I just kept doing that.
I've choked. Oh, no,
yeah. I also got like a milkshake thing set, where it was like a shaker and like bottle of moo moo milk, aka like 'cause that's what they have in Pokemon.
Right. I just thought because it's a cow,
It's
right?
called moo moo milk.
Moo moo moo
But
Meadows.
also strawberry flavor, I think, maybe raspberry. But unfortunately, they didn't really. You did it yourself, but they came over. We have to do it now. I have to supervise you. And I'm like, why? I'm 28.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just put it in and you shake it.
Yeah, but you messed up the tea and the syrup. So what? They probably saw you and were right. You need help, and you went, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, but you know, I can do what I want. I'm paying for it. I'm paying.
You pay for the
I
syrup.
paid the big bucks.
So did he
do
help
what
you
I
with the milkshake?
Yeah, it was all right. I think. Can't. Yeah, I probably drank about half of it. More than the tea. More than the tea.
Such an endorsement. I don't have it.
But then, yeah, I did buy the teapot. I probably would have bought like the milkshake set 'cause it looked really cool, but they didn't sell that. But yeah, they didn't have the teacup, which was, I don't understand. They didn't even. It wasn't like it was sold out.
They just didn't
They
sell
just didn't sell the teacup.
Maybe it's obviously they can't sell everything.
Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a thing like we don't want you to have the set. You can have the teapot, but not the cup.
Yeah, you have to come here for that.
Yeah, for the experience. You can't have the Pokémon Café experience in your home. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you won't come back. And you probably they probably look at you and go, you're going to put a chocolate in it, aren't you? And you're like, no, I swear, I'm not. I'm going to put tea in. They're like, yeah, what sort of tea?
Yeah, sure.
Your milk and sugar. No, I swear, I don't like that sort of tea.
But yeah,
You said you went to the zoo as well?
yes.
The zoo?
In Osaka, I didn't really. I was. As I was telling you, I was going to Osaka on the bullet train, and I was kind of like, it was like 3:00 when I was getting there, so I was like, what is there to do? And I was like, oh, the aquarium looks nice. It's like an hour away. I'll be able to go there, come back, have some tea or whatever. But when I got there on the underground, it was like the station was like there was mosaics of like animals. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And then I realized there was a zoo right next to my hotel. And I was like, okay, I'll just go see the park or whatever. But I went through the tunnel and there was a poster for the zoo. And on it was a red panda.
You just saw the red panda, you were like, yeah.
And I was like, yes, forget anything else. I'm going to the zoo. Because, for context, the last 2 months or something before Japan, on Instagram, I just found Instagram reel of a red panda and I just followed it and says they're so cute.
Yeah.
And now
all of a sudden your algorithm's just full of red pandas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just follow anything with red pandas. I follow probably more stuff of red pandas than anything else.
That's probably better than what my algorithm shows me. So
I'm just on Instagram now.
No comments.
And I'm just gonna scroll down. Third post. It's a red panda just going up with his arms against the rock because he's scared, and he's trying to be scary. He's trying to be scary.
I've seen that one. Yeah,
he's like.
Did one of them do that when you were there?
Unfortunately, not. They weren't.
Did you try and scare it? You're like, shit.
I should have my face up to that against it and be like,
oh no,
and attack me. But yeah, I love red pandas now. Didn't know really they existed.
Thank God, because your
2 months
your
ago.
Instagram is like, you will love red pandas.
Yeah, that's literally all I use red pandas for. I mean, Instagram for.
Right, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I went to see the red pandas and other animals.
Yeah, there were some extra ones as well.
There were some. To be fair, there was a polar bear which was really cool. I don't think I've... You gonna let me continue?
Really cool is a polar bear. Right, yeah, well, yeah, go on.
I don't think I've ever seen a polar bear. So, do they have one in Bristol Zoo?
No.
Then I haven't.
No, I don't think they're in the UK at all.
Okay.
If they are, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, it was really cool. I saw that. It was really massive. It was like, of all the... I know people think, oh, zoos are cruel. That's cruel. Not cool.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that made me think, oh yeah, it is quite cruel to keep the polar bear there.
Yeah.
Especially since it was really warm, and their fur and stuff.
Yeah.
All the other animals, except for I would say the red pandas, but they're chill. They're as chill as hell.
No, it's because you wouldn't be able to see them otherwise. So you're like, yeah, they're fine.
You could literally hold one by the hand and they'd like walk it out, and they'd be like, yeah, it's fun. We're on an adventure. Let's go.
Right?
They'd be really happy.
Did you want to do that? You're like,
yeah. I want to take him. I want a red panda to come through this door and just onto this bed and be like, woo!
Right.
Scared.
I don't think they're that domestic as you may think they are.
It would be so cool. Just give them some fruit. But yeah, I saw tigers. I saw a brown bear, like a big brown bear. He was massive. Yeah. Tigers were pretty cool. Yeah. I always said that. Yeah. Zebras, elephants, gorillas, tortoises, bats. I saw bats.
Right.
They're pretty cool. Not as interesting as say cuddly red pandas.
Yeah, I've seen bats. Like,
to be fair, I see them at my house.
Zoo, yeah.
Like Batman. But yeah, I went to 2 zoos. The one in Osaka and then in Ueno Park. Saw 2 polar bears.
Yeah, but you were like, I've seen them now.
Yeah, they were pretty cool though. Pretty cool.
At least there's 2 of them. They're a friend.
The red pandas in Ueno Zoo were sleeping though, so they were bored.
Lazy shits.
I know, right? But yeah, the one in Osaka though, like I was there when they went to feed them.
Good time.
I took a video and it was really cute, and they were like, feeding them like right next to the glass. Yeah, it was really cool, and they just take it on their hands, like standing on their 2 legs, and just like eat it.
Weirdos.
I know, right? Eating standing up. Why not sit down in a chair where you're more comfy?
Yeah. Give them a chair.
Give them a TV.
So they can watch humans go on there.
Don't the gorillas in... is it Bristol Zoo?
You thinking of Planet of the Apes now?
You used to have the Sky TV. They had Sky. They had TV in Sky.
I don't know.
Or was it Longleat? It might be Longleat. If anyone knows of any of this,
I don't think either of those places are still open, right?
Yeah, Bristol Zoo went away to the wild place.
They just let all the animals out.
And Longleat, I don't know. Who knows? I haven't been there for 20 years.
No, that's
unfortunately. But yeah, the animals were great there. Yeah. I had a whale of a time. Didn't see any whales.
You're in Wales now, though. So
I know, so many whales, so little meaning, and so little to say. I have nothing to
and you
say.
said you were pretty upset when you came back.
Oh yeah, in the airport, I was just, oh man, I have to come back, looking at all the Japanese women and being like, I'll miss you, and they'll be like, they will just not say anything back.
Well, yeah, if you say this in your head, yeah, well, it's not.
Yeah.
But so I assume you're planning the next one, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not planning yet, but I will go back. Probably do the same thing I did this year. Go in January and then maybe May.
Damn, that's an expensive.
It is. Or I might go maybe. I don't know, because I want to go in the new year. Maybe we'll see. Maybe. But yeah, I will definitely go back next year.
Do you think that now you've been there for what? Yeah, so over 3 weeks in total.
Well, what's nuts is it's a month. Pretty much, it's 28 days, isn't it? Wait, is it 20 or 24 days?
24
Almost a
days.
month, and there's been like almost 5 months of the year. I mean, since I went, like when I was gone. By the time I came back, it was like 5 months a year. So 1 month of the year almost I spent it in Japan. Of the 5.
So I think I might have asked you
nuts.
this last time we did the Japan pod, but can you imagine yourself living there?
I could live there, but I don't think I could work there.
Right.
Well, like a job I do now, like a
Hospitality job.
yeah, like shift work.
Right.
I don't think I could do that. Even if I spoke the language, yeah. But if I did ever move to Japan, I would probably just become a translator, obviously. Maybe.
Do you know English that well? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that is actually quite a funny thing. I was thinking in Japan that this might come up. How much of English do we actually know?
That's true.
If you open the dictionary right now, how many words in the English dictionary would you know the meaning of?
Good screen seekers topic.
Probably
not.
like, well, come on. Let's go through the dictionary right now.
No, that's the most boring thing ever. Imagine reading the dictionary.
But it'd probably be like 2%, maybe 1%.
It's a good quiz. Pub quiz.
Absolutely.
How many words in the dictionary do you know?
Absolutely.
That's one.
That's all I know. But yeah, I would definitely live there as a translator if I could.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, to round us off.
Oh yeah, the films I watched there.
Watched some films.
Oh, to be fair, I went talking about the watching of the films. I went to the cinemas. I watched 2 films there.
In a proper cinema. What was the cinema that dissimilar?
Say that fast 20 times.
No thanks.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had like a popcorn machine, like an actual machine, and yeah, it was like really open. They have like merch and stuff as well. We don't have that in the UK, at least in my.
What you mean, like a shop? Gift shop?
Yeah, gift shop like of different films that was showing there. I watched The Substance and Mission Impossible
in the cinema.
Well, I watched Mission Impossible and Substance because that's the order I watched them in terms of time.
So is it dubbed in Japanese or
no?
Oh,
no, it was just English.
Okay.
Subtitles though.
With Japanese subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good. I mean, Mission Impossible was a bit slow to start.
Yeah.
Once it got into the actual mission,
yeah,
it was actually really good. I think.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Or at least made it more fun.
Yeah.
Too much setup, I think. But I feel like the villain wasn't good. I mean, it was all right. The AI thing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, come on.
I think they needed like a stronger human enemy.
Yeah.
Like human sort of.
Yeah.
He was a bit. But I like everyone else kind of in it. Like as I've said before, like Tom Cruise is just surrounding himself with some of the most beautiful women in Hollywood, and he's like, yeah, cool, this is what I do, I take my top off. He does in the film, if that's what you're into.
I also watched The Substance, which was awesome.
Speaking of taking your top off, not that they do that in that, but there's a lot of flesh you see in that.
Yeah, but it was quite gross towards the end. But yeah, great film.
One of my favorites, if not my favorite.
Yeah. The person sitting next to me after the film, when I was going down the escalator, said he was sitting next to me, and then we talked a bit in English and Japanese.
Oh, it's nice. You met a friend.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't go that far. But I met someone.
You met someone.
Unfortunately, it was a guy. Otherwise, I'd be way more interested.
I knew you were going to say that. So shallow. So shallow. And that's quite funny, you know, that Alex, after seeing The Substance, you went, you know what? If it was a woman, it'd be different. Yeah. How very relevant that was.
Wow.
But you also did watch a few films on your flight, right?
Yeah, on the way there.
Because you had
on the way back.
quite a long flight.
Look on my Letterbox.
I can't actually find you. I think it might be easier.
What
Wait,
the
hang on.
hell?
Would it be
You
easier
can't
if you just
find
did it?
me.
Because I gotta like.
Sorry, Mr. Popular, having so many friends on Letterbox.
I like that.
Right.
I found you.
Oh, I just found myself.
Oh, how. I don't know. Spiritual.
To be fair, yeah. So on the way there.
Yeah, you just go through because you'll have a better idea on what.
So before I even
Begin. Divulge.
So before the plane even took off, I had watched basically Lilo and Stitch because we were delayed for like an hour.
Oh shit! So you watched it on the ground.
So I was basically watching it on the ground. Like it was like an hour, like 20 like. Well, it's an hour 20 minutes anyway.
You seen it before?
Hour. Ages ago, not since I was a kid, like 20 years ago.
Yep.
Which is weird, so weird. Well, one is it's a really good film, so sad, great. Obviously brought along because of the remake, yada yada yada. Yeah, I'd watched that, but. As I was saying, it was weird because I went through a phase of watching all the Disney films.
Yep.
Didn't I? Like 3 years ago now. But I didn't watch that.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was like, oh, I've already watched that.
Yeah, like it was in your memory.
Before.
Yeah.
I know I've seen that, so I didn't watch it. I don't know why. I would have loved it. But yeah, yeah, we took off then, and Lilo and Stitch ended. Then I watched a lot of Marvel films. I watched Captain America: Civil War. I watched Winter Soldier and Endgame.
Was this because we talked about Marvel
a few
weeks ago?
I just wanted to watch something fun. Winter Soldier was fine. It was perfectly fine. I didn't know, like, cause I was kind of like curious to like. I always forget why there is a civil war and why they're two sides. I was like, why does that happen? And obviously it was because they get basically. So some of them are part of the government or whatever to stop their disaster, like while saving the world, they destroy buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
To minimize that, but then Captain America's like no, and then but like one of the big things in Civil War, which I didn't know, was the Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes is like the main, like
he's the catalyst for it all.
Yeah, he's like the main villain, even though he's not.
No,
it's not him, but he's like the main. He's like in it so much.
Yeah, I love Civil War.
Really know that.
I love Civil War.
It is really good. And I watched Endgame.
But not Infinity War.
Which, no, because I'd seen that recently, which means I watched it about 4 years ago.
When it came out.
when I wanted to watch Endgame then, but I didn't have on DVD.
So you've
4 year gap.
Yeah,
you every 4 years I watch alternate. But yeah, I have a question about Endgame. Maybe it happened.
You're like 5 years too late, best one.
Maybe it happened in Infinity War. But why the ending? What happens at the end? Everyone comes from everywhere. Or no, is it the woman? It's the Tilda Swinton who tells Bruce Banner no. Is it?
Wait, which part are you on about now?
So the ending.
The fight.
Endgame. Yeah.
You mean the fight?
Because everyone comes.
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange summons. He gets so you know.
Yeah, but where's Doctor? Because Doctor Strange is dead, isn't he? Because he's not even in Endgame until then.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't care. All I care is that they're all summoned. I'm like, yeah.
So it's kind of funny. Like everyone comes and people are like.
No, he is alive. Because he is alive. That's why. Because the snap reverses it. Like 10 minutes before. Mind you, as a quick 10 minutes or whatever it is. But, you know. Because obviously Tony the Hulk snaps. Right? Yeah. And brings everyone back. because then it's all like, it's
Oh,
peace, isn't it? And you get that bit where Clint's looking out and you see a bird, and he sees a bird, and it's
what?
like, oh,
That's not the end game I watched.
yeah. There's a part in Endgame where like it's just before the final fight where
Oh,
he snaps, and then Clint goes and stands by the window, and he looks out, and he sees a bird, and then there's this massive explosion that just blows them all away. And then obviously it's Thanos and that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that point everyone's back alive, and yeah, they just take about 10 minutes to get everyone together, and then whoa, big old backup
So why did Tony Stark die in the end? Why did he snap his fingers?
to get rid of Thanos.
Oh. That's good name.
Because otherwise Thanos was just going to snap and kill everyone, because he was like, oh, I'm going to just take out everyone now. So Tony's like, yeah, me first. Yeah, so this sort of makes sense, yeah.
So it does a bit.
Yeah.
Could have been a bit more detailed.
It's just a cool... I love Endgame. I think it's kind of perfect.
I also watched Moana 2. I hadn't seen that before.
No, I haven't seen it.
I was kind of like... At first, I was kind of like, oh, what's the story going to be? This is like just money grabbing. But it was actually quite fun. It was good. They just went to an island or something to bring it up from the ocean and break a curse. Your standard Moana story.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I buy that.
And I think that was the first trip that I watched Trap. I was feeling unwell towards the end because I hadn't eaten probably for 12 hours, 15 hours.
Yikes! So you stayed awake for the whole...
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I feel like if I eat it, I'll be sick.
And then you got to watch a goddamn concert, like...
I was watching Trap. I finished that. That was the first trip. Then on the way back, I watched No Way Home, which was really good.
Yeah, love No Way Home.
The first 3 Star Wars, as in like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, all in one. And one called Last Breath, which was alright.
Is that a shark film?
No, it was like just
underwater film.
Yeah, like submarine thing.
Oh, is that Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it came out this year, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch that. And I watched Wall-E, which I haven't seen for ages. And I was like, yeah, that's
classic.
Pretty cool. Everyone's fat. Yeah, it was really weird. I literally remembered her name before he said it. I don't know why. I've literally seen it once in my life. I was like, yeah. I watched that, and I think apparently that's it, folks. I don't know why.
A bit anticlimactic.
What else did I watch? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, I watched Lilo and Stitch again.
You watched it again?
Yeah, because I had like an hour left on my thing, my flight. I was like, oh yeah, I'll bookend it with Lilo and Stitch.
So it's as if you didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I just watched it again. That's what was missing. Yeah.
Cool.
I loved all those films. It was great.
Getting back into logging on the letterbox.
Yeah.
Getting back into watching your films.
Getting back. It's been about a year. So, thought why not try and get back into it. Obviously trying to like when I was on the flight though, and I was like thinking about No Way Home, I was like, oh my god, this is such a long flight. I can't believe that was like 12 hours ago. Oh my god, it felt so long.
Wait, is that on your way back?
Yeah.
And I guess that also, like, nobody likes coming back, right, from holiday and shit. I was like...
And yeah, I mean, recently I've just been watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and those films, I watched those in the last 2 days, and Rush Hour yesterday. And that's my film watching.
Cool.
Have you been watching anything, or was this just the Japanese one?
Yeah, we're probably running like an hour probably now, so as much as I'd like to divulge every film I've watched in the last 2 weeks, is probably
we can do that next time.
I don't know if anyone wants to know, really. Do they care? I don't know. Do they?
Why is there
Anyway.
a box around my head? Like on my screen. It's like motion sensing.
Oh.
But anyway, there's 2 boxes now.
Wow. Wow, I don't know what it is, but I'm scared.
Well, let's wrap it up there and keep seeking those screens, because we sure as hell won't be. Maybe it's like 50-50. Really.
Until the next Japan segment. Anyway.
Part 3. This is part 2, if you didn't know.